Hey,
Oh, sorry about that. I'm just whistling.
wait a second. Let me tell you.
Alright.
Hey,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you quite well.
Oh yeah, so this is kind of a take two. In the first half we talked about full-on choices and a very, 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 very little about Dream Zone. And in this half we're gonna talk about Dream Zone only. There you go.
Uh,
Where it is? Oh yeah. What's up?
Nothing. Everything's. I think on it.
Yeah, so let's start with Dream Zone.
Is, is Brandon here?
Yep. Hey
Oh,
Brandon.
My mic was muted that whole time. I didn't even realise.
sorry.
We're not going
One
to talk
minute.
about
One
that.
minute.
No, I was
Sorry.
to say, I'm glad to.
1 minute. Sorry.
Hope I didn't
Sorry.
miss any Devil's Deal talks.
Nope,
No,
nope. We
no,
didn't even
we
we didn't even talk about
haven't
Dream Zone.
spoken about it until you're back. So
Awesome. So, Devil's Deal. I've caught up with the last three chapters, and
you
I'm
read the
getting a sense.
latest one. Sorry.
Yeah, I've read the latest one. I'm getting a lot of
I'm
deja
sorry.
vu.
Yeah, I know that's what I mean. Without spoiling it, because I don't think we've. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's like
I'm
we're in a
sorry,
loop.
Brandon. Let me just say something to you. I know you like Carrie, but like, I'm sorry, but there's just something wrong about that character. I know somebody's going to say, but sorry, but come on. Every time, without spoiling anything, she's
At
always
least, at
there.
least twice. At least twice an episode.
Yes, and she said she's always saying like she cares about us. But yeah, every time we're there, she always tries to accuse us it's us, saying it's us all the time. But yet she says
Then we get
she
proven
still cares
innocent.
about us.
Then we
Yes,
get proven
and
innocent time and time again.
she's just like, oh, sorry, sorry. Like, come on. Like, I know somebody else has got to do something with it, or you're like, I'm sorry, but I genuinely do not like her character. That every chapter, what goes on, she's always like I've said. Well, sorry, it's I still care about you. It's only a personal visit and all this, but yet she says, like, come on, just get off of it, man. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think this is definitely going to go to book 3 at this rate.
oh no. Like, I don't think he's read the latest chapter, and literally, like, it's it that chapter in the station.
First one or
I
the
just
second one?
wanted, like, literally, I just wanted to rip her apart, like, verbally, because
I mean, technically, you had a
honestly,
chance as a demon, so.
I know, literally, I did, I absolutely did. I oh no, I can't spoil it, so I'm not going to say. So yeah,
Yeah, but
but
it's just getting annoying at this point. Not to mention, I know it's a coincidence, but isn't it a coincidence that we're always getting, proven guilty? I know it's literally innocent till proven guilty.
yep.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's I guess it's Milton's game because at the park when we met the doctor, Milton
Mm.
was there, and then we sort of he provokes us and we
He
lose
offered
our
us a deal
control.
again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Me
he
though,
is.
I'm sorry, but like I've said, yes, she's putting on a nice act. She wants to, like, you know what I mean? Like she says she cares about us and all this still, but yet she shows no remorse in.
I want there
You
to
know
be
what I
like
mean?
just a huge revelation as to what's going on to
Yeah.
all of them, like the whole demon thing, the whole half demon, the fact that we're a ticking time bomb
Mm.
for the most part. Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like I can't say out because I. But like I said, I've always said from the beginning, and you've soon noticed, there's something more to her character than it seems. She's
Mm.
just like this. obviously it's going to be about the deal or whatever, but it's. I think I was thinking about this the other day. I think Dreams Zone want us to think it's Milton. Obviously, we probably know it is. It's 99% sure, but there's just something what's buggering me, as the British people would say. But like buggering me, there's just something I can't put my finger on. There's just something. I know it's Milton. It is, isn't it? Let's be honest.
There's got to be somebody else though as well. It can't just be him single-handedly.
Like that's what I mean, though. But who do we think it is? Obviously, me and Brandon can't just keep talking about this. Obviously, we need other people's opinions and all this. But just like you said, there's just something I can't put my finger on what it is. They want us to think it's Milton. There's something I can't put my finger on. It's just not right.
Yeah, like because one thing as well is I read just like on the last chapter I read going on to the next chapter's like little description. The killings continue even though we're locked up. How's that going to work?
Exactly, and I think that'll be the chapter where Carrie actually shuts her stupid little mouth and starts actually knowing it's not us.
If they know that we've been fighting a war the past 2 years, maybe they might actually understand.
Exactly, that's my point. Like, it's all right accusing somebody, but if you ain't got the backstory, well, to be honest, we haven't exactly told her, but, you know, it's just a bit infuriating. Infuriating is not the word for me, to be honest. I know.
Well, it's not like she's going to believe it anyway. Hey, don't mind me, I'm a half-demon been fighting a losing war for 2 years. How are you doing?
I know. I want to say something, but I don't want to spoil it for him. I really don't. But the last chapter, though, I think it's like chapter, or was it chapter before, where we are half demon side, say.
I mean, we're a half. It's starting to come out a lot more frequently.
Let's say, no, I can't say it. I'm sorry. Yeah, he really needs to read the latest chapter, doesn't he? Because that chapter really, yeah.
I do need to read that.
I mean, on the bright side, we're only on chapter 8, and there's roughly about 16 chapters, so still quite a bit to go for the most part.
Yeah, but like you said, Brandon, there's something. I don't know if you think this, but there's just something I can't put my finger on. Is there somebody else involved in this? Like, it can't just be Milton's doing at all. Sorry, but I don't believe that one bit. I don't remember what book it was in Choices. They always make it out where it's a certain character. They always make it out.
It lives beneath.
Yeah, I think it is. They always make you believe it's a certain character.
We met the cult. Yeah, we met the cult, and they thought it was Grandpa, and then they switched it all around, and that whole confusion. That was something.
Or the brainwashing us to think, or the doing something like make us think it's not him, but it is actually him. But they make us, you know what I mean? It's all a bit. But I don't think it's that. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want to think this, but I don't think it's the mum, is it? Oh, God, I hope it's not.
No, I don't think it's. I think. I'd say.
Oh my God! I've just realised something.
What?
It's not the. Oh no, I can't say it. Can I? It's not the person who's working with us, is it?
Diana.
Yeah.
No, she's. No, it's not her.
She's not. She's not. She can't be just. I would stop reading it if Diana is behind all this.
Yeah.
But I can't believe, though, like, honestly, that you really need to read the latest chapter of Devil's Deal Book 2, seriously, because a lot of things come to light.
Yeah, definitely. I remember like about her mom. I don't think she is the villain, but she definitely is someone who is like highly ranked in the hell.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yep.
That's what she said, yeah. It's suspected she's a high-ranking member.
Yes, somebody says, we're not going to say what character it is.
I think it was Dawson, wasn't it?
Wasn't it Samantha?
No, because she didn't know anything about it. Dawson's the only one who actually knows because she's from hell.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, though, like, that did come up. And I thought, there's...
To be honest, I had a suspicion of that. I had a suspicion of that from the first few chapters when it started, because it was like, wanted to fight one of the demons, it was like, I'm gonna make sure your mother knows about this, and it's like, the fact that he would say that would mean that obviously their mother's like...
Oh, we talked about it last time, didn't we? Sorry. He says something about Summit standing in front of him. And I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, like, I think the kind of idea I've got so far is that there's some sort of war also going on in hell.
Yep, you said that.
Like a coup d'état or something like that, led
Yeah.
by Milton against our mother, who is, I'm assuming, one of the highest members in, like, I'm not saying a
Not the
good side of
highest.
hell. Yeah, one of, still a high. And it's like, this war's coming up to the earth and blah 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 blah. I'm guessing they want to keep the peace down in hell, and Milton just wants to rain havoc, like usual. I'm at this point, the way the book's going out, I'm surmising that there's going to be a cliffhanger at the end of this book, like the first one, and it's going to be like maybe us going to hell, or something to do with us meeting our mother. I'm betting that is that they're going to be at the cliffhanger end of this book. We're either going to go to hell and meet our mother, or our mother's going to pop up and we're going to meet her, and it's just going to be like that. Boom.
Or something like we're in like a genuine live or die situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this might sound a bit stupid if you get what I mean. Like the Haunted of Braewood Manor. Do you know where the brother turns up like that? I think it'll be something like that. But like I said, like this, I don't think it's all Milton's doing. There's somebody else who we know quite well, or not quite well, we acquaintances with, I should say, who is not telling us something.
I mean, so far, I'd go with Felix because the hunt with Felicia did not go well. She's not, as far as I know, she's not dead. She's injured, as far as I know.
Yeah.
He thinks we did it. We got arrested for like the. I'm sorry, I've lost count. I've lost count of how many times I've been arrested.
But that's what I mean. Like you said as well, like, and I said to add on that, like I've said 1,000 times, and I'll keep saying it. And I don't care if people are annoyed at me if I keep saying it. She is not what she seems, Carrie. I'm sorry. As much as you like her, and a lot of people do, but I'm sorry, just something there. Why is she there every time?
It's like I guess that's something to do with Milton. I guess he's trying to, like, I don't know, maybe he's influencing her, or someone's influencing her to be there. I mean, that could make sense because someone is setting us up for definite. Besides Milton, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. I mean, I believe too that it's Milton, and I think like could there be someone else helping Milton? Perhaps there could be, but
I thought it was I thought it might have been Dawson, but then I thought back to when it first won. She's terrified of our mother, so she wouldn't dare try and screw us.
Because sorry, if I'm not mistaken, didn't she bite us in the first couple of chapters?
Yeah, to start some sort of blood ritual, which I'm assuming started at demonic size or something.
Unless she's working with our mother or something, I don't know. Wait,
doubtful. Actually, no, it's not completely doubtful, but it's plausible.
Yeah.
I think she was working with Milton at the start, but she's absolutely terrified of our mother, so it would make sense if she's working for her. She's got a direct link to us, and she did say she wanted to help us at some point in due time. And then we got
sorry, go on.
Yeah, and then we got a lot of back and forth. And I'm just saying this is definitely going to go to a book 3, but I hope it ends on a book 3 and on a good note.
I think as well, if you wanted me to add on that, well, what do you think will happen in the next few chapters? As in to say, like, what do you think, like, the revelation will be?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this revelation will be, we meet our mother, but also it gets revealed that we're a half demon and we've been fighting a war for 2 years to people, and Milton's like the main antagonist. Maybe the third book goes to a war type book or something like that. Or a more fight, like, it's basically a 2 versus God knows how many, because there's only 2 of us. Well, 3. 4, actually. 4 of us actually fighting this, and it's literally fighting a losing war. Outnumbered, outmatched, outplayed. It's everything. Every disadvantage against us, and, main characters being set up, that's not exactly helpful for us.
No.
Everything's just going down the drain. We need a silver lining and quick. But I think in the next few chapters, not sure, we've been arrested for the 60,000th time. We've been caught next to a corpse. But if I'm remembering right...
but I think as well, what's annoying me is I think we know what'll happen, don't we? Carrie will say it wasn't her fault, and she'll try to blame it on us. Do you know what I mean? She'll try to blame it on
something.
That.
That's where I'm kind of wrong, because we're found next to a literal corpse this time, even though we identified ourselves and blah blah blah. Well, I did, and it said prison life, so they're gonna find a way to put us in prison without bail temporarily. It'll probably be a temporary imprisonment. Maybe just put in a cell. Maybe just put in a cell for a bit.
And I think, like I said, we'll know what'll happen. Well, no one that'll happen. She'll say it wasn't her fault. She was told to do it, and then she'll say it wasn't her fault. It's like, gosh,
I wonder if she'll start crying when she finds out we're not going to be us anymore.
I know.
That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah. I think that's what. Sorry, Dream Zone's doing. I think that's what they're good at. To be honest, they always leave you hanging, and it's. I can't wait for the next chapter of Devil's Deal at all. I really can't wait.
Yeah, it's these kind of books. It's like they're so thrilling in reading them. I just want to be in them. You know, it's like a virtual reality simulation. I want to be in. I want to be experiencing what this would be like. I
think of the many books I think can get a TV series or a film, Devil's Deal is genuinely one of those.
Probably, yeah.
Can't think of honestly, not about the films and TV books here, but like I really can't think of a book like Devil's Deal I've ever read on Choices or Dream Zone ever.
It reminds me of Lucifer. It's like Lucifer, but different.
What's that? Like,
yeah,
because Lucifer, is the full demon. You know, he's the devil, the literal devil, and he's doing good on the world, changing history and blah blah blah. This story, you play as the son of an ordinary human and a high-ranking demoness of hell, who's trying to overcome his demon and do good by the world and stuff. But it always, I can't remember what that's called. I did it in my project, I did it on a subject in high school. Something where in reality TV shows, it's like Family Guy and American Dad. Something happens, but it always goes back to like the main. Everything goes back to normal. Like something happens, but nothing overall changes for the difference. It goes back to how it used to be. It's open something. I felt Devil's Deal is a bit like that, a bit, but apart from when it gets to the end, so it just goes on to a civilian life, and then it just devolves into chaos.
Yeah, like cartoon series are like that. Like in this episode, like they go to somewhere and something happens. Like they're not connected with each other.
Yeah.
Like you said, Brandon, as well. I agree with you. There is going to be a book 3. I think that's without a shadow of a doubt. So
and on the discussion, like if it has a TV show, you're saying about Devil's Deal. I mean, if it is gonna be a TV show, then I would definitely love to see who is going to perform Milton's role and how they're going to bring his character to life, because Milton is definitely one interesting character. Like I would definitely love to see that.
Yo, yeah, 100%.
I think I've said this before, but it's also pretty much a main factor. Dream Zone is highly underrated.
Yeah. I mean, after this book, it's definitely is. And books like, time and time again. I mean, time and time again, it was how well you need to think of. Like this thing has become a trivial thing, like getting stuck in a day. You have movies, but sort of the similar genre, but standing out from other things, and how, putting everything into perspective. It's not easy. You repeat a day and sort of thing, and then you need to come up with a plan. So it was great.
I know, because when I was reading that, I genuinely thought I restarted the chapter. I thought, what? I thought, I've just read this. I thought, what? I thought, honestly, though, like, I think we talked about this, didn't we, when Brandon was, just after Brandon had gone to do something. We were talking about that. The Dream Zone was only developed in, what was it, October 2020, you said?
Yeah, give or take. Actually, I think it was a bit before that. But give or take.
And yet most of their books are just as good as Choices, who have been around since, what, years?
Yeah, because I remember, like I said, I went on to it. There were only 3 books when I started. Obviously, I was in its still early stages, but there was still 3 books. Hostel Story, Half Human, and The Impossible Game. Absolutely amazing books, and they've developed on since. It's definitely grown.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's just a thing of like I think kind of how they kind of presented it, because I'm pretty sure on the title of Play Store it's like presented as a male simulator or something like that in the title, a dating simulator, an interactive story. So that might have been changed.
Yeah.
I think maybe if they just kept it Dream Zone interactive story or something, or maybe just like moved any aspects of it being like just disregard the fact that it's I don't want to say biased to the straight sexuality and men like best playing as a man and a woman, right? Just putting that aside,
I
it's a
think
great app with the stories. It's just highly underrated.
I
Yeah.
think there was a story called "Get Rich and Seduce Girls," but I can't find it on Dream Zone. But I have seen poster of that story after Hostel Story.
Get Rich and Seduce Girls. I think I've seen. Yeah, I've seen some newer trailers for Dream Zone actually. They're really interesting.
Yeah, sorry about that as well. I actually sent Brandon a message the other day, but it generally didn't send.
Do you know?
Basically, what happened is there is actually a new book on Dream Zone. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's what's it called? I literally just remembered the name.
Hollywood.
Hollywood. That's it. Wait, no, is it Hollywood? I think it was something different.
Have
Wait,
you read it?
Honeywood. That was it.
Have you read it?
Honeywood. No,
Honeywood.
not yet. Yeah, it's the newest book. Honeywood.
Yeah, basically, if you want, I'm not going to spoil anything because I've read all the 4 chapters up to now. Sorry.
Yeah, good crazy.
Something about a job. You go for a job thing, and then it turns out, and I'm not going to hold back here. It's an interview. It's a job at a porno place.
Oh, so it's basically
Yes.
Hustle Story 2 in depth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will warn you, it is XD. Do not hold back, and I mean they do not hold back. Like with literally anything. I mean, yeah.
I guess in a way that's kind of good. I mean, one thing that's been noticed is like with explicit and stuff like this and so on, it's still kind of realistic in a way. Yeah, it's vulgar and it's explicit, but still it's more realistic on what you'd hear.
Yeah. I just read the latest chapter of it, and oh my Jesus Christ! Honestly, it made me laugh. It really
Don't
made
even
me laugh.
Christ here.
Honestly, it's yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean hostel stories that like where we go to this porn hotel or somewhere where porn shootings were going down. I mean that was like the description. I mean I don't know if that's how it goes down in a studio. I mean the way they said like the furnitures, they were dirty. You don't want to sit on there, but you still sit on. So I was like, oh wow. So it was wow. I mean definitely different.
Yeah, because this new book, what I will say before we talk about something else is you don't pay with money. Yeah. Yeah. Literally anything you don't pay with money. Yeah.
Probably just a fair introduction to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I will say one thing as well, 'cause like you said, I'll say one more thing. When you try to pay money for something, she brings out a shotgun on you.
Well, I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with Dream Zone, like with Devil's Deal and all these books. They don't hold back
Creativity.
with, creativity and the way to leave you hanging like every week. And honestly, I'd say, like you say, Brandon, it's one of the most underrated apps out there.
Yeah, and I still like this. I often go back and play this half human books, the first two chapters. Like the high school stories, I really like, and the way they started, and then the party scene. I think it was really awesome, and then the drama building up. It was super good. I mean, if they kept. I think they show us less of high school thing in that book. If they had shown more like a high school drama, also like what goes down, and more villains at high school with the cyborg thing, that would have been super awesome.
Yeah.
One thing as well I remember going on to it. Let's just say it felt so different. Like reading Half Human, I think it was, and maybe the first 2 books, but Half Human as well. Mainly, it just felt so different. Like the way it opened up, it didn't. It just seemed like a complete innocent story. It didn't seem like any ulterior motive. It was definitely very what's the word? Very very one direct. It seemed like one directed, like no ulterior motive or anything. It just seemed like one. It's definitely improved, like in terms of like user interface, the little pop-up icons where it's like you make specific choices. Like one thing as well is if in the Devil's Deal 2, when Diana's injured, if you don't supply the first aid kit, she dies. I think that's a possibility. She actually dies if you don't supply it. Yeah, because I remember it said that. Yeah, I remember I said that in the little UI, but she also said if I didn't get the first aid kit, I won't be here.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I think like what about like other than Hostel Story, all the books are like pretty much like at least reaching a full circle, because in Hostel Story book 2, I think it kind of diverted from book 1, because I don't know if they killed Ivy. If they did that, I'm gonna be really pissed off, and it will be hard to play the book. And sort of we get diverted from Bella and everyone. We get back the friends of Bella and the senator's daughter Penelope, I think. But
Hmm.
we don't have anything about Ivy, and that just because I think Ivy and our main character, they formed a group fighting the enemies. It's sort of like kind of different without her, with different people. So it felt like almost reading a new book. So I hope they change that in book 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously set on a different. It's obviously set a bit different. You know, we're en route to Russia to meet Katya. We're on the run. We're being hunted by the Secret Service, by the Silk Way, by everybody. So it's going to be definitely an interesting opening.
Mm.
Yeah, but if they don't show Ivy in this book too, either, then it's gonna be hard to play without like because she was character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's still like. I mean, 'cause remember, we wanted to be. I think it's supposed to be possible to be a love interest. You know, 'cause like she said, of how much they want to be together when this is over, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, this book, I think it doesn't have any proper love interest. It just keeps going back and forth, because I don't remember the girl Jane or someone like in this, like in the second place, when in the book 2 we met her, and she was going to kill her because she said that it's going to be really hard outside. People will be killing you, so it would be better off if I kill you right now. So
yeah,
I can't. So yeah,
that
so
kind
it
of
just
annoyed me.
keeps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I need to catch up with the new book and the recent chapter of the Devil's Deal. Definitely, I'm hyped up about that. And
No,
yeah, so earlier you were saying about Milton, like if he can do this all on his own. Well, I
no.
personally, what I have known about Milton, I think this guy is really like, he like, if you're thinking about dinner now, this man will be thinking about tomorrow's dinner. Like he thinks one step ahead of you. Like when you remember, we like the blood vote or something, we ask like to not harm anyone. So he really swiftly, he even knew back then that our mom was not an ordinary person. So he said, well, I'm not going to harm any human being, actively or passively, something like that. So I think he was vanished. He went somewhere else. He was not present for the 2 years, and now he's back. So I think he probably was just waiting for the opening, and maybe no one is helping him because he's really capable of doing damages, and he's not actively harming anyone, but probably he has found a pawn. Using maybe just one or more people for his own usage, and then when he finally exposes our weakness or a mom's weakness, then he will blow his attack, because he knows that he can attack us, he can attack mom, because he's free to do that. So that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, but like Brandon said as well, I don't think he could just do this on his own with what's happened the last few chapters with without spoiling anything. But yeah, it's not his own doing. There is somebody helping him. Yeah,
Okay.
but honestly, you need to like. I say you need to read this latest chapter. You need to read the latest chapter.
Yeah, for sure. And
That's
also, how
gonna.
did you like Diana's sister Sam?
She
Oh,
seemed like
off.
an
That's
like
all
a
I'll say.
nah. She seemed like an opposite. Like because Diana seemed all the hardcore focus and stuff. Sam seems more positive and free spirited a bit. But I think she has good intentions. I mean, she's been working with us for a while. We've just now met her, so because I think Diana, I do trust her like more than anybody, and Manuel and her father, and I think Sam is also someone I can trust more than other people, though.
Oh. I forgot if I have asked this before or not. Who would you have as a love interest in this book? Because we have a couple of options. So who would you personally like? I don't know if Carrie is gonna be like
No, nope,
the
nope, not her. Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, I forgot the book. Yeah, Half Humans. Emily, like
Nope.
like
Never
who
read
is
it.
the one? I don't know if Carrie's that one or will have a choice at the end. But if you like, let's assume you have a choice. So who would you like to have as a love interest at the end?
I guess so far it's leading to Diana, which I can see. Although personally, I still would see Carrie just because
She would,
moving on at some point if it was
yeah.
possible.
But to be
Yeah.
honest, like to add on that, Brandon as well, she would need a huge redemption arc for me, like
Yeah.
100%. Like she'd have
So
to
who is
change the. Yeah.
so who is gonna be your ally, Mac?
You know what? I really do. I really can't tell you. Probably Diana, I think her name is.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably.
So um, I also thought like book one, I was really upset about Carrie. Like he was it Felix, and that was a really heartbreaking moment for like it ended on a salty note. But the book two picks up like I was thinking like maybe we would see Carrie with Felix and some stuff like that. But it completely started on a different note. Maybe we started Diana. We've been chasing demons and exploring this side of world, and Carrie's now a cop, and Felix is not connected with her, but there's this Betty, I think, the dancer in the bar. She's with Carrie, and then Carrie is behaving differently. At first, I sort of started liking like her jealousy or her action, but then it started growing more like to a level like when she's not even listen to us, even when she sees a big owl attacking everyone, she thinks that this is not true. So and on the contrary, I think Diana has been there for us, like helping our main character. So and the way since the start of book two, Diana and our main character has been together. They have been together. So I think Diana at this point would be like to me is the best ally for MC.
Yeah. 'Cause apart from Carrie accusing us of absolutely everything in the world, what else is good about her? I'm sorry, but like I've said, if she really cares about us that much, like, I'm sorry, but no. Like, I still think she's got something to do with all these murders. Like, that's all I've got to say. End of, like, yeah, 100%. But, in my opinion.
Mhm. That's true.
Definitely.
Uh, but I can't really wait to see like how Milton is going to play his big card. I mean, he always has some tricks up his sleeve, and it's always interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd see actually? A duel between Milton and MC's mother. I think that would be a hell of a duel to see.
God, that would be.
Oh,
Obviously,
for
it wouldn't be
sure.
fair. MC Mom win easy, but I think it'd still be
Oh
very
yeah.
interesting to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, don't take Milton lightly. I mean, maybe in a duel, MC's mom could be highly ranked and stuff, but uh, Milton also plays mind games and stuff. So it's always hard with a person like who's a wild card like Milton.
Yeah, one thing as well you've got to keep an eye out for is his deals and his riddles.
Yeah.
Yeah, loopholes. He always out to find those loopholes.
You've got to do the
Yeah.
same as well.
Yep. And I think well, if you take the dimension, I think it's not a dimension, but when you have the conversation with Sam, like the sort of the therapy room, and Sam also says like these are the traits of a demon who is like a half demon or something, and from a highly ranked demon from hell. So three or four times I think people have said like our mom is really highly ranked in the hell.
Yeah, no, I was just looking into cause like what Max said about getting some other people's views. I've been looking into the different, seeing if I can find any like fandoms or groups of Dream Zone. I've found one on Facebook. Someone asked a similar question: what happened to Ivy in book one in the hostel? So it looks like you're not the only one. There's a lot of people on Facebook who seem to be a part of it. There's a few people who are off it, but it seems like on Facebook mainly, Dream Zone has mostly an interactive community. There are quite a few people
Yeah,
on there. Yeah,
yeah,
people. I think it's a bit
yeah,
outdated though.
yeah. Ivy from this hostel story, and I have also seen like people really talking about Jennifer. If you remember Tyler's mom from Half Human, like people
Mm.
Oh,
wanted him as an ally, like they really craved for them.
God, who doesn't in choices and in real life? And dreams and
Oh, wait, this is the 13th of. Oh, so I just found a comment about wanting Devil's Deal Book 2 and Project Prometheus 2. Yeah, 'cause someone here's put how it's very satisfying and interesting to the audience. So it's just it's nice seeing different people who have different opinions. People mainly liking Hostel Story by the looks of it, and Half Human.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
To be
yeah.
honest,
But
though, it's
Devil's Dean is like the
the
unsung hero of this app.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, there's probably people who disagree with us, but just the way it's the Milton, like you said, like he's probably one of the best villains in any book, choices book ever,
Definitely.
Yeah,
ever. Like, oh,
I think one thing that's mainly like besides this, like because most of this community seems a bit outdated. One thing that's kind of like it kind of hurts. Like I don't think Dream Zone have built up such a community as such. Like they released the app, they released the chapters, they put the writers work on it, but they don't seem to want to. No, they don't want to, but they haven't really put much out for the community. Like yes, they have the page on Facebook, but that's about it. I kind of wish there was a bit more. Maybe a bit,
yep.
maybe some dev AMAs, maybe some like bigger areas for community. Like, 'cause I haven't
Oh,
seen really any groups or any areas talking about Dream Zone. It seems to be rather.
yeah. I think as well to add on that, there's one thing I think is probably what's stopping him, and I think you both of you know, don't you?
Mm.
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what it is because it's male force, not force. It is a male person app, main character app. I think that's what's probably stopping him. Like, I don't think you're there, but to be honest with him, I don't see the problem
But
with
of
that.
course, they could always improve it. It doesn't have to be the male bias. They could switch out the allies, going back and forth, males, females. They could easily probably change that,
Yeah.
and then it'd probably be a pretty good book.
yeah. And I think also like this app's been out for barely 1 year now, so I think maybe one more year or future they can have like their own websites or their own
Yeah.
like accounts on Twitter or Instagram, just like Choices, or maybe a YouTube channel. So that would be good. But also the playthroughs, I don't see much playthroughs of this apps books on YouTube either. So yeah, it probably would grow with time. It's fairly a new concept out in the market.
Mm. But I mean, to be honest, I don't know if there's a book like this in choices. But if everybody started to read Dream Zone books, like the book everybody would love, and I don't say this lightly, Devil's Ear would be the book everybody loves.
I think it
Yeah,
might be a. Yeah, I think I'd say that's a pretty strong book that they actually like.
I mean, I don't think there's a book like that on choices. Like there's a book like what's we all love, like as much as Devil's Deal. I can't find a book like Devil's Deal at all.
oh yeah, and also time and time again, that was really well done. I think they introduced this in a really well manner. I don't think there could be a book like this in any other app, and the way they did it.
Yeah, and think as well. There is obviously. I'm not going to say Dream Zone's perfect, which it's not, but obviously there is some flaws, which I've
Mm.
noticed, which it's a pattern which I've said before, which I'll say it the last time again. It's usually the characters what are closest to you which portray you, which is literally probably more or less every book. Obviously, there's other problems. It's always male main characters, which, like Brandon said, they can switch it up, but it's like anything. Everything has flaws. But the development they put into the book, like the writing, it's just yeah.
Yeah, and also their second app, which they made called Lovesick, which I think may actually be the female one, like a female one. I'm not too
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. It's a mirror image of this app.
Yeah, it's like I mean, yeah, we have that, which doesn't seem. It also seems pretty good. But I think it is actually MC's male, Li's female. I think it is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, granted, I think those two could probably all be modified into Yeah, it is. Sorry, I was just checking. I think they could still be modified into you know,
One app.
you know. Yeah, I'd say they could probably merged maybe or something, or maybe they both just have. Maybe they
Yeah.
both just implement LIs and allies, gender customizable allies, gender customizable MCs.
Yeah.
Maybe some, like, I won't say forced. Maybe some be chosen for certain stories, like Devil's Deal or something. But I don't know. Maybe change it up a bit. Like maybe at least gender customizable MCs,
Yeah. But
and then just offer various allies,
yeah,
male and female. Yeah.
yeah. But I hope if they did that, they wouldn't force certain characters onto us and say, do like Pixelberry does when they say, oh, yes, they give us equal screen time, but yet they clearly develop a character more than another.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've always seemed about like Dream Zone. They seem to like one thing as well is because you're pretty every ally MC in both stories seem to be very sexually oriented, but
Yeah.
they seem to give you plenty of choice. But one thing I don't think they give you is the actual choice. Yes,
Yeah.
you can be, and you can spend a lot of time and hook up with the same person multiple times. But I just don't think. I think they need to implement a solidified option or something to solidify a certain choice for a certain ally, but keep
Yeah.
the open, of the open choices that they have so far. But just
Yeah.
add something to actually choose who you want your ally to be,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
I agree
solidify
with that. I agree
Yeah.
with that. And one thing also, like, yeah, Dream Zone, it's really, it's the stories are, the concept is really super awesome. Like, Devil's Deal, time and time again. But the thing about choices is that, like we're saying, like, gender customizable stuff and a lot of like force ally stuff that is there. But I think, choices at some point, at least to me, it gets an upper edge because the stories are good, that's a, but choices in terms of the way they write, because dreams on chapters, they're kind of short, because the diamond scenes, I think they kind of end early. But choices diamond scenes, oftentimes they're not about just hookup scenes or just but they're just mere emotional scenes, just to get to know people, or just an awesome background they put up with, like the night sky, cloud, moon, or the seawater, and the music. I mean, the variety of music they have. Also, special quality of writing. I mean, I'm not saying Dream Zone's writing is bad, but there's just some magic. There's some trickery going on with choices. I mean, they just know how to keep people spellbound. I mean, yeah, definitely they. Some things go wrong in terms of the love interest stuff, but overall, I mean, with the music and the background scene, if you play it, it literally just transports you to that place that, quite frankly, most apps fail to do. So that's where I think, like, choices like go up, 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 even though they
Yeah.
have some downfalls.
Oh, what downfalls? I think one of the main downfalls is like I know a lot of people talk about this, but generally one of Choice's main downfalls is I forgot what I'm going to say now. The forced love interest, like literally, like that riles me more than anything. To be honest, I know I've talked about this thousands of times, but genuinely, like the forced love interest really annoy me. Like I talked about earlier, if you're going to make a love interest forced, at least make it gender customizable. So see, people like us males don't get forced to. You know what I'm trying to say here? Like
Yeah.
it's at least give us the choice if they're going to be that forced. Like with Nanny Affair, say, at least it wasn't. With you could choose to customize the love interest like a male.
Yeah, you could at least
Or,
customize one thing. It wasn't completely forced, like Laws of Attraction.
yes.
But actually, no, Laws of Attraction. No, because like the Nanny Affair is a set one. The Laws of
Yep.
Attraction is supposed to be of two, but it's forcing you on one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like we said, there's to know this person, and I do as well. But there's one person on Twitter who really loves them. They keep saying stuff like, "He's clearly better than Ethan," which I think we can all agree he is. Joe is at least respectful, but they say, oh, it equals screen time. Yeah, that might be correct. Props to that. But you're clearly developing a character more than the other. Like, I don't know which scene it was or what chapter it was in Laws of Attraction, but when something about a dinner or something about it's supposed to up your reputation score or something, like on the leaderboards, and like it actually turned out to be a date with Gabe. Like,
Yeah.
like I get people like Gabe; he's better than Ethan, but like, come on, like it's just genuinely annoying, to be honest. It's really not. And to be honest, I'm surprised at how many people actually like him. To be honest, I just don't see what's so good about him.
Oh
Bit
yeah, I mean,
overrated.
uh, yeah, keep it as it is. Just Gabe or Ethan. Like there's just a storyline. Get know them everything, spending time getting to know their backstory, solving their problem, all good. Everything's good, but when it comes to having like intimate moments or special moments, just give us the choice who we want to spend that with, and have
Yep.
more allies, not just one female versus just four male, or like a forced allies like Blaine in
Oh my good god! Honestly, sorry, that's what I was going to talk about earlier. Sorry, what I forgot about Blaine. Honestly, I really hated that character in what is it, Foreign Affairs?
yeah.
Honestly, oh my good god! I mean, people make the excuse, which is props to them. It's gender customizable. That's not the point. They clearly favoured that love interest in that book. They
That's
put
basically gender.
Anya in the sorry, but like they clearly put her in the mud. Sorry, but what?
That's
Like
Logan.
what? Like, sorry, yeah, go on.
No, I just said that's Logan, but it's
Oh
upgraded,
god,
updated version.
honestly, I think that's what we were talking about. What we after Brandon went earlier. Like
Yeah.
Logan, like he is one of the most forced love interest in the book. Like, I'm sorry, but somebody tried to say to me that Mona's the forced one. What?
Oh, I
What?
mean, they wanted all the scenes with. There was one or two scenes with Mona and Colt, so they said like she's forced.
Yeah, I know it's a bit two-faced, to be fair. As well, I read an interesting post as well the other day on Reddit. Somebody said this, and I agree with him. If Poppy or anybody who's extremely a bad character was ugly, nobody would forgive him as much. And to be honest, I agree with that. To be fair,
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean that's even like the people who like her. That's also because of that. It's just even if a love interest is in the same line, then a lot of people would just ignore that and choose another love interest. So well, like that's just you know.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's just. But yeah, with a Dream Zone, I'm excited to like catch up on the new chapters, and then the
Yeah.
this new book called the Honeywood, I think you said.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Honeywood, yeah.
and of course, like what you would have to offer, because like you said, I think you said every 2 weeks they release a new book.
I think I don't think I don't know. That's probably just because I'm just overthinking. But I think Devil's Deal got released about 2 weeks ago. Number two. I think about 2 weeks ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, give it a take.
Yeah, and then another 2 weeks later, this new book come out.
Oh, so
And then like
perhaps
Sometimes it's just a timing. They'll be working on books, but they'll drop a bunch at the same time. Like
Yeah.
still, because if I remember right, Hostel Story back in October, and the second book's only just come out about a month ago, give or take, a few months
Yeah.
ago. So that's about 6 months to create the sequel, which is kind of depressing a bit. Although Devil's Deal didn't seem to take that long. I think Devil's Deal was around. Actually, no, Devil's Deal seemed to be about November, December. So it does take a fair few months to get the books up and running. Obviously because they've released the first 4 chapters, and then they're
Yeah.
working on the next few chapters. But still, because they've got to work on all the art, they've got to work on all the dialogue and such. It's 'cause making stories in these books aren't easy. They're
Oh
great.
no,
They're great fun, but they're easy. They're not easy.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish we had more insight, or just more
Yeah.
from the developers. Speaking
Yeah.
out. Maybe some of the writers. Like, so no,
Exactly.
Pixelberry have a social
Yeah.
team as well, like jump into streams and stuff. But also they reach out. I
Yeah.
Like
think.
inside.
But to be
Yeah.
honest, to add on that as well, they're not the nicest sometimes, the social team, let's be honest. Like, I read there's somebody on Twitter who always posts them at, like, sometimes the Pixelberry people online, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they are quite passive aggressive, let's say, sometimes.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any negativity from them. They've all been positive from my end, but I'll be honest, I haven't seen much of Twitter from them.
To be
Like,
honest,
from
on Twitter as well, talking about that on a different topic, I mean, I don't know if you've read the latest, I think it was on Thursday or Friday when they released a chapter of Narnia Farewell. Like, do you want to give you a preview and all that?
Yeah.
Literally everything were just saying negativity about it. And it were like saying, no, give us more Bolas. And I literally commented saying, no, why? Keep your thoughts to yourself. I know I've said this before, right, to you, but it just genuinely riles me up. It really does. It's like, don't go and comment on it. If you don't like it, don't comment on it. It's like, get over it. It's like, if Bolas, do you know what I'm going to do? And I don't care what anybody you say. That sounds horrible, but I don't mean any harm by it. But when Bolas, they're going to announce that I'm going to write on every single post about that saying it's crap and it doesn't need a sequel, why should it deserve a sequel? Do you think people like that? No, they won't. It's
People
just
bias their opinions sometimes, I guess.
yeah. Well, I'm sorry, but it's it's just a bit annoying. It really is. I
I
don't know
just
if
think
you
at the end
thought
of the
that.
day, I just think at the end of the
Sorry.
day, we're all here to like the books. If something's set, don't push it. I mean, granted, there's chance for a sequel. I think, was Queen Bee set to even have a sequel, or was that kind of dropped at some point?
I actually don't think. I actually don't know if it. I don't think it did, to be honest.
Yes, I'm saying that just proves the point of there's a possibility of a sequel. Reach out to the AMA groups, like I personally think, and this also is a possibility that if Verse Count's Proposal should get a sequel. That was an
Oh
amazing
yeah,
book. That should
100%.
definitely get a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some other books should get sequels. Not Witness, obviously. That technically that has a sequel, and that went on for ages. But yeah, I just think maybe they could do with a couple AMAs. They could consider some ideas, but still they respect the ideas that they've gone with. They work on the most popular books. Like I love Narnia Fair. It's one of my favorite books. My first book. I like Scan's Proposal, the Royal series of the Royal Romance stuff. Everything in Cordonia. I know a lot of people love, etc. Just saying.
To be honest,
There's all sorts to it.
I have to hard disagree on that. To be honest, I mean, like you said, yes, Liam, we are there for Liam, but fucking Jesus Christ, man!
I need to dive into that series. I have not gone into it at all.
Honestly, oh yeah,
Yeah. On Queen Bee, I think Queen Bee was supposed to be a VIP book, and then they released it suddenly, like out of the blue. They released it for public. And I think I've heard somewhere like they said when the book is in the midway, like 9 chapters in, 10 chapters in, I think, and then they see like is it book beneficial, or how's the feedback about this book. And if they see people are spending a lot of diamonds for this particular book, like for a particular book like the Nanny Affair, like people, every scene with Sam they spend diamonds, they're doing the same thing. So then they said like, well, this is a good book, now let's give it a sequel. Now on books like The Distant Shores, when they
no,
it was not, people didn't care about it much at the middle, in the middle, but when it ended, a lot of people reached out, said we want sequel, we want sequel, and they said no, it ended and we can't get. So that's that. I think they sort of decide the sequel in the middle. So
yeah,
like if you want to show, like if you love a book, then I think you just need to convey the message in the middle of the book, because once it's over, I don't think that they return to it, because they just like the way they just dumped um distant shows. So that's that.
I'm pretty sure the one
yeah.
sequel people are happy we're not getting is Foreign Affairs. Mm-hmm.
To be honest, the reason I think that book is really sorry for swearing again, but it really pissed me off the way they treated Anya or Aina or whatever you say.
Yeah, that book went downhill a lot.
Like, don't get me wrong. I feel so sorry for what happened to her dad, but you don't put me under the bus like that, saying it's all like, oh, that's all I had to do because I did it for my dad. I'm sorry, but you found out it was us, and you were still feeding information, and then you say what's happening now, and then you try and say, oh, we're fine because we got a kiss. We kissed. Oh, get over it. Like, come on. Oh, that book was genuinely terrible. I'm not even going to lie.
I'll admit it was a rough patch for them, but they've since recovered, I guess. Nanny Affair's been pretty good. Open Heart had an end. It had a lot of people riled, but it ended at least. So did Baby Bump.
God for that. Honestly,
Foreign Affairs, I think, with Aina. I mean, I personally understand as to why she did, as to what she did. But I think the point, I get what you're saying. So I think what they lacked is they focused too much on Blaine. This was a really nice plot. I mean, this is a betrayal from. I mean, it's not a betrayal. It's sort of like that of interest. I mean, they could have given her a redemption arc in a way, sort of, pushing and coming back, and it could have been a really good, relationship, sort of, burning and like people, the kind of people like in movies and great series between Aina and MC. But that didn't happen because in between Blaine came in and then sort of out of the blue, like that plot didn't get the life that it deserved because after we got to know about that Aina was the one who betrayed us, then it had a potential to represent Aina as a love interest again, but through like going through proper path, like going back and forth, and rebuilding the trust in a way that we should. I mean, it would have been really pleased, a moment of pleasure reading that, but that didn't happen. On the contrary, with Tatum, like we really didn't know much about that or rekindling our old flame as like our old friend and bodyguard. Like it was just all of a sudden we went to the airport and stopped him. But in between, I think there could have been more to that, because it just felt like it was still the focus on Blaine, that these things sort of like there had some gaps that never filled.
Yeah, 100%.
Big turn.
Well, yeah, I think yes.
I just think Foreign Affairs is a bit rushed or something. Like it
Yep,
definitely wasn't thought out as well. But I mean, they've recovered since then.
Yeah, to be honest, to add on that for the books, I'm a VIP in that, but honestly, we've had nothing this month, which has just riled me. Like, okay, yes, I've got unlimited keys, fine, but what else? I don't think there's one VIP book I could read. What I've not read. I think there's a new VIP coming out. Isn't it Shipwrecked? I think I'm correct.
Yeah, it's coming out. That's why there should have been different parks for VIP. I mean, instead of giving them VIP books that release, you can literally, drop the VIP subscription now and buy it when next year when the new book is 4 chapters. And rather than doing that, I think they should something with VIP like this features, unlimited key and diamonds you have. But other than that, they should be doing something instead of giving VIP books. They should be doing something like if you're a VIP member, you get full access to a newly released book. For instance, the Nanny Affair, you wouldn't have to wait 1 week or for literally 4 months to finish
Every
the
day.
book. But you will get like you can read it like you want. You'll get the full access to the book. You can finish it in 1 day if you are able to, or you can give yourself that space. And if you're not VIP, then you'll have to wait every week and get it. So I think this should be the feature of VIP. I mean, that way non-VIP players won't become complaining about a book that is VIP and they can't read it and they need to wait 2 years, 3 years to read that book. And VIP players I think they would be really, it would be a great feature. And who knows, maybe a lot of people would become VIP if they find a series like, oh, Danny Affair, let's become VIP for 1 month and let's complete reading that. So that would be really beneficial, and it's a really good idea, I think.
I think, like Brandon said, we were talking about it. I don't know if Brandon remembers. Like, they should at least put the price of VIP down. At
Oh yeah,
least,
yeah, I remember that.
because £15 in our country. Well, just say £15. Round it up. Like, that's not cheap at all. Like,
I would say around a tenner.
yeah, £10, something like that. But, or like adding on the VIP features or just general features and thing. To me, I think one of them is you should start. If you've read a book for all the way through, at least you can. After you've read it all, you can at least go back to a certain chapter. That's one feature I really want.
Yep.
Oh yeah, a specific chapter, and like maybe continue
Yep.
from there or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Instead of like reading all the, if you want, like you said, if you like a certain chapter or something, you don't have to go through like all the book again.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one feature I really want.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. I mean, that feature would be highly appreciated by play, because I need to restart this chapter because I perhaps like just loved the incident of the chapter, and I just wanna. I don't want to play the whole book necessarily, but I just want to play that chapter because I had a scene there. I want to see what happens if I choose something else, but I don't need to play the whole 14 chapters. So maybe I want a different ending. And so I need to play the end chapter again. I think in Dream Zone you can play the end chapter as many times as you want.
Yeah, you can, sorry, because when you get to the end of the book, I don't know if I'm correct here, you can actually replay. I think you get the choice. So if you get to the end of the book, you can either restart the book again or you can restart the final chapter. Which, if I have to spend diamonds on it again and spend the key or something, I don't care. As long as I have the choice to do that. Because there's one book, A Haunting of Brainwood Manor, the chapter where the woman comes out of the the basement, and the brother comes out and saves us, stuff like that. That's stuff like that. I just want to go back to that chapter because that's one of my favorite chapters. But like you said, I just want I'd love a feature where you can just go back to a certain chapter because that would genuinely be very highly appreciated by I think most people.
Yeah, I mean, there's like people on YouTube that you can go like Lost Guardian, Abhero. He posts, I think it's him. Sorry if I'm assuming, but
one person.
they post on both the channels full playthroughs of all the routes, all the thingy. Personally, I think he's a bit underrated and a bit underappreciated because he does an amazing job of getting all these chapters. He does like the best playthroughs. He gets, he chooses amazing allies. He goes back. He very underrated in my opinion. He does an amazing job.
Yeah,
I always love going back and watching the Nanny Affair on his. Just if I can't get mine, especially when going back to the certain chapter thing. That's one thing I actually love it for as well. You can go back to him and he can choose a specific chapter.
To be honest, if I'm guilty, this is on a lighter note now instead of like absolutely wrecking choices and all that. But to be honest, I've always gone onto the playthroughs. To be honest, I'm probably guilty of this. If I can't figure something out, I just go onto YouTube, go onto his profile. I'm not even going to lie here, and actually see what the answer is instead of just literally figuring it out for like 10 minutes or something.
Oh yeah,
I use either him or the Choices Wiki now because actually I usually use him because like the Choices Wiki that's under construction, especially for the Nanny Affair 2 every time the chapter. But I don't mind it. I usually just use that to grab some of the pictures and stuff I don't get through the main playthrough and stuff. But it's a good website for the most part. But definitely Lost Guardian. He does an amazing job.
Yeah. And I think he's an old choices. This YouTuber.
Yeah,
and
he's been doing this for a long time. I actually would be sorry to cut you off, but I think I'd actually be interested to see some of his opinions on some of the Choices books.
Yeah,
because I know he goes through mainly them, but I think I'd still love to hear some of his opinions on it. Like, as well as since he explores, he does the full length. He explores everything. I think he goes into a lot of detail in his own way, like a bit quiet. But so I think personally, I think he's a really interesting person. He does an amazing job to get these books out because
Yeah.
I know there's a few people and there's good people that do like put choices on YouTube, but I think in his he just goes all in, full depth, but he does an
Yeah.
amazing job.
Yeah, he and Lokim like are the old choices YouTubers. Like when the choices logo was different, like they were used to put like videos there, like
I know.
freshman.
So,
So,
sorry to put that in there. I was just searching for YouTube the other day, right? And I saw he made a video. I thought, oh, for God, sorry about that. My video started again. But I'm looking through a video and it said 1.6 million views. I thought, what?
wow.
I thought,
Who?
I thought I'm reading something wrong here. I mean, honestly, I'll go on to it now. Sorry, on my TV. Sorry. Yeah, I think it had like what 1.6 million views
Whose
for a
video?
Steam. Sorry, sorry about this. I'll just search it up now. But yeah, it had 1.6 million views. One of the videos he did. Oh,
Yeah, I'm going
sorry
through it
about
now.
this.
I'm going through it
Yeah,
now.
sorry.
Nanny Affair is one of his biggest ones, and Laws of Attraction.
Yeah, sorry. It's this bloody control that's not working.
Oh yeah, I think there's a YouTube channel called High Meme. I don't know, High Meme perhaps. Like they had
Yeah, sorry.
no choices from Ashes. Yeah, they had like 85K views for the Nanny Affair book one. That's the highest I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's also
Aha.
started doing Romance Club as well, which is also a pretty interesting app. I know a few friends who play that. So, he's not just doing choices, but, I think he's very loyal to choices, and it's nice to see someone, like, just so passionate about it, but also,
Yeah.
who can keep doing the content about it. Like, he does an absolutely amazing job.
Yeah.
I love how he does both, like, especially if there's, like, gender customizable allies, or there's two, like I said, he goes through, does both genders and stuff like that. It's really good.
Oh, not that. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to get you copyrighted, Donovan.
Yeah, when I first started playing High School Story, like I would literally wait for the next chapters and for the keys for 3 hours, and I'll go to YouTube and I search. So his channel, Avirio, his channel was the channel I found the playthroughs, and so I was like, let's see what would happen next. So I was guilty, like, oh no, I shouldn't be doing this. I should wait for this. But it was like the anticipation.
Yeah.
It was like,
I think as
I also
well. I
like
don't know
his. Sorry, you go.
Yeah. Speaking about that, I actually, to be honest, I didn't get all the hype around Bloodbound or something, whatever it's called. And reluctantly, I actually watched all of what happened at the end of book 3. I don't know if have you read it?
No, I need to though.
Oh God. It really spoiled it. To be honest, I'm guilty of that. To be honest, sometimes I've looked forward to a book. I've read what the ending is. I've gone onto the app and thinking, well, what would the point of bloody reading it? Like, to be honest, I am guilty of that. But yeah, I mean,
That's what I think is good for as well. Like I said, I think I mentioned before, it's like one thing about choices, getting those diamonds. Like in my opinion, like I've said this before, diamond farming.
Yep.
Like that's why buying VIP is better. Because I have a solid method for diamond farming with VIP, and it's very very useful, especially for going through new books and such. But with with Guardian, you can go through and you can see the entire book. You can see all the diamond playthroughs, and he does like the like all the right options, all the best options and stuff, so you can see it at its full potential. So that's one thing you can explore as well.
yeah,
It's really good.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
but I would definitely love to hear some of his opinions on the books, especially considering how much he goes through them.
Yeah. I mean, I think he has played all the choice books out there, frankly.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a Choices veteran.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, choices
I
have not
would-
even given him any recognition at all for it.
Yeah, I do think Choices should have given him some recognition for how much he does.
To be honest,
He-
I'm not going to. I'm sorry for this, but I would say something, but I would get absolutely wrecked by everybody on Twitter. Like people,
Okay.
I would get absolutely wrecked, and I'm not going to say because
I'll say anything like that. You can just DM us. I was planning to make a group chat anyway for us, like just to
yeah,
talk about things. But yeah,
because to be honest, it does involve males and females and certain people getting certain shout outs and stuff like that, which I will shut up now because you technically I think you kind of know what I'm trying to get onto.
yeah,
But
I think
yeah,
yeah. I do think Choices as well should also do some recognition for the people Like like I'd say I don't want to say Guardian's. Actually, I do think Guardian is one of the biggest. He is one of the biggest as well, along with another person you mentioned. Like, he promotes the book so much. Like that's the his channel's based on. On both of them. I think one of them is personal, but he still posts it. He goes full potential. He shows everything off. He's like, I think in a way, because I started watching his videos, he kind of got into it. Because whilst playing it and getting to see what it was like. He just shows exactly. He was who I watched when I couldn't read the rest of the Nanny Affair, because I was just so eager for it, and I was so happy to finally watch it.
Yeah.
He does an amazing job, and it's out of the good of himself, and it's one thing he enjoys. That's one thing that makes him actually a good YouTuber and such. He's doing something he enjoys, and that is like one of the key things in being a content creator and such. That I've
He don't
learned
care
as well.
about the views or anything. He just puts it up. It's like, to me, if I did stuff like that, I wouldn't care about the views. If I like doing it, I'd like doing it. If I got 1,000 dislikes and 1 like, I wouldn't care. If I like doing it, then what should stop me?
Even posting like non-popular books, he still gets a lot of commendation. But I do think Choices could do with giving him a lot of good commendation, because it's like he's doing such a great thing.
Yeah, I think if we make the group chat in a bit or whenever, like, I will add more onto the point, giving more people recognition than the other, which is used to can probably probably know what I'm trying to get onto. It's just not fair to him, in my opinion. If you know the people I'm trying to get onto, right? But what my point is he's been there from the start. That's my point. Like, he's been there from the beginning. He has been there from the beginning, and it's like, why aren't they giving him any recognition for it? You know exactly why, and I'm going to shut up about it, and I'll speak about it.
It's like, I'm not saying Choices are in the wrong or anything. It's their choice, but I do think he deserves some kind of recognition for all he does. It's like he's by far, in my opinion, one of the biggest Choices influencers on YouTube.
There's people that. There's people. Sorry, this is where I'm actually angry and passionate. But yet, people who out there haven't been on there as long are still getting more recognition than him. Let's be honest, it's not fair.
I mean, it's still good they're giving recognition, but they should just give recognition to everybody.
The people who deserve it.
I won't lie, Kat. She does an amazing job as well. She does the live streams of them. I think both her, sometimes Tasha, but she's gone on to Sims, but she still does thing. But also, Guardian. No, Guardian does the VODs. Kat does the live streams. They're like a good little combination of those two. I mean, I've started. A lot of people started in the Twitter community have started doing some streams of Choices as well. It's like I know Jacob Schaefer. He's doing. I think he's about to start doing a new book. He just finished. Not sure what he's finished. Eric Netmac. He's doing My Two First. No, is it My Two First Loves or is it Freshman?
No, Freshman.
Freshman. That's it. Kat's starting up a new book. I really need to get back to mine. I'm just having some issues at the moment. Get back to the Unexpected Heiress. I'm loving that so much. Only done 3 chapters. I'm still loving it. But yeah, I just think Choices could also do a lot of recognition as well. I think that would also be a good move on their part.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, his original name is, and the Lost Guardian is second channel. He and there's another guy, Lokim23, I guess. I mean, these two, I mean, he even does like a audio playthrough also with the app. So these two, like, they made videos of Choices since like the very first beginning. And so that's like they've been with Choices for so long, and
they're still going. And they're still going.
Yeah, exactly. And they've been like a lot of people, and also like like those days you just played Choices, and then you didn't have this kind of social network and stuff. So if you needed to talk about Choices, be passionate about Choices, so the comment section of those videos were the options. Like people get together, express like their favorite allies and stuff. So
yeah, but it's like it's just. One thing I've noticed as well is that I don't want to say it's dying much, but like a lot of people I know, like the Choices group I was in on Instagram, they've slowly fallen away. Like I will not fall away from this app, even if it deteriorates in a way, I won't fall away from it. It's it's becoming something I've really enjoyed. I just think there's a lot they could do to improve, and there's a lot that there's so much potential for it.
Yeah, it started even like if you watch. Lost Guardian, it's not Lost Guardian. Our video channels, videos like what was the Hero or like Endless Summer. Go to the comment section, you will see like they were like a huge fan base, and you go to recent videos, there are people, but not much like people were there because they were passionate about the old books. I even had someone saying to me like, well, only things that could have brought me back to choices were a book to Hero or Endless Summer. Now, none of those are happening, so I'm not coming back to choices. A lot of people said, there's a game called High School Story. So they had some characters like Julian, Mia, and the High School Story in choices. That story is basically they have those characters and some new characters and love interest. So a lot of people played choices for High School Story. So whole thing, a lot of people were there, they left, then a lot of people came in for It Lives and things, then they dumped it and they left. The sort of now a lot of people came for Open Heart. They said I wouldn't install it until Open Heart releases. They came, they went out. So yeah, I mean, it's just new and old, the mixture. But over time, the number has kind of decreased. But yeah, it's still going on, and I would say the biggest choices here is going to be Wake the Dead and Crimes of Passion, and how they literally end Laws of Attraction and Queen
Mm.
Bee and Mafia. I mean, this is a huge year, second half of the year for choices. They better not mess it up.
No.
Yeah, definitely. Like one thing I like going back on as well is like I like going on to his Guardians videos of Heroes videos on the Nanny Affair every time it's released because I love to see how he goes. I always see the comment sections. I love commenting, interacting. See some people there. It's just I love rewatching it from his perspective and stuff. It's just like I said, it's just amazing. I think he should definitely get a rise in in the support when these new books come out for definite because most people can't read it, especially with Diamond choices. It's like I just
Yeah.
think he should get a lot of recommendation. People should chime out quite a bit. He does a good
Yeah.
job, and he does it out of
Yeah.
the goodness of himself, and something he enjoys, he's passionate about.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I said, I'll talk about it in private. Which but you should give people, if anything, really, just give people the recognition they deserve. Just
But yeah, no, it's not all about just recognition and stuff, but still they're going out of their way to do this. So I'm not
Yeah.
saying choices are in the wrong. It's the way they do it. Like they
Yeah.
still give recognition. I just think they should just give some different recognition out and like a bit more
Oh.
to some of the big
Mm.
supporters. But they
Oh,
do a
yeah.
good job of it.
Without pointing fingers, not at you, Brandon, 100%. But instead of doing it to the same people all the time.
I'd say just like
I'm sorry.
do the same people if they're doing it consistently, like, but also just do the big big players as well. Just do
Oh, yeah.
everybody. Just do everybody.
Yeah, I also think that the point is that choices that like it's like the writers and stuff, they're different, and people who handle their social media, they're different. So I think it's kind of hard. Maybe they have come across the channel like Lokim or Lost Guardian a video, but it's kind of like yeah, it doesn't take much. Like they can just spin like, hey, look, thanks for that. You did a lot. Been here for so long with us. But yeah, I don't know. Like I think the people who handle the so perhaps they've been told to engage with like the streams and live because they said that in one Choices Insiders that if you go live to Choices stream, then like drop a message with hashtag Choices on social media. Maybe we will drop for a surprise. So maybe they're trying to new things to reach out to more people. But that's just people who have been ordered. Like this is your like place. That's what you do. Like people who handle their social handles. So that's maybe not perhaps that. So yeah, it's just it depends on because it's not just a person. Like a company's some members that spread out people with a different team. So yeah, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, one thing I think as well I'd love to do as well is like because this just came to my head from a tweet I saw from somebody. I'll explain in a minute. I'd love to like speak to some of the writers and get some like just like see what it is, like dive right into what it is and like how they do their jobs, how they come up with the ideas for the stories, like because there's one writer in particular, I can't remember they are off the top of my head,
Is it Jay?
but they
I don't know.
not sure they used to write for Laws of Attraction. Recently they finished their last chapter was the one they wrote. One thing
Oh
they
yeah,
loved was scolding
yeah,
Martin, and I want to give them a handshake for that. I want to give them a handshake for that.
oh
But yeah, I think it was a I was actually kind of I was upset. Shame that was the last chapter. I mean, I think they've been around for a good while. It's a shame to see them leave, but they're still gonna. At least they've left their mark. Done a great job with Laws of Attraction. But I would just love to meet some of these writers, like whether they're current writers or old writers. I'd love to reach out, just be like, hey,
Yeah.
can I get some of your thoughts on what how it goes, your writing choices and such. I just think it'd be so interesting to get some deep insight, but also some other opinions from people inside PIXELBERRY themselves and the writers.
Be honest though, if they started to do that and they did open the opportunity, they would get some people asking some questions. You know what I mean? Like, why is this character forced? Did you make a decision? Why is it gender locked and all that?
Yeah, obviously, obviously it's not just like hate comments and stuff, but just like general questions, like like say for instance, if I was talking to one, I'd be like, so what's your depth on like how?
Yeah.
I can't even word it. Like how when it goes into the thought process of gender
How do
locking
you brainstorm?
MCs and
How do you
stuff.
brainstorm?
Yeah, how do you brainstorm when it goes, and how do how does the creative process go when talking about gender locked or gender customizable allies and MCs?
Yeah.
And what goes into the thought process there? Keeping it appropriate. There's no need to be hateful on these. They're just doing the jobs. They're doing what they want. Granted, they don't make the best. Like they might not make the greatest, decisions in the community's eyes, but they do what they feel is right. You can only respect them for that.
Yeah. So,
But still, I would definitely love to talk to some of them. And just talk to some people and just. Like I said, just like get a conversation going. But I think maybe doing some interviews, maybe doing some AMAs, because I know for the game I play, Rainbow Six, they've been in a bad state at the moment. They've recently just done an AMA, answering a lot of questions, giving a lot of insight, and they've actually responded to a lot of what we've been asking. So there's supposed to be some good looks to the future. I think Choices could definitely benefit from that. Just like talking to the community a bit more, just getting their opinions, or just like letting them know that you intend to fix things and such.
Yeah.
But I won't say anything's wrong at the moment. I'd say Choices is in a good state right now, pretty good state. They've definitely climbed out of the bad patch they were once in. I think they were in a bit of a rough patch, but they've definitely pulled themselves back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think they're still a bit underrated. And there's a lot of people leaving, but still they've done quite an amazing job so far. I just think we could get more. I just wish we could kind of speak to them a bit more, get a bit more insight into how things go.
Yeah.
I'd just love to get to know them a bit and get to know things.
And I think as well as on Twitter on a lighter note as well. Apparently, Queen Bee or something's coming out in September, I think it is, or October.
Should be.
Yeah. Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, new people come, some people go. That's our, thing. But I think you're right. Choices should do something like a stream, like where they put one writer in and they say like, send your questions through the chat or something, and I'll answer them. And I take really a lot of questions there.
Personally, I think, this is my personal opinion, I think you could benefit from doing some of these interviews, like maybe with some people, and so could my friend V over at Play Choices podcast, maybe Kat. Maybe just get a bunch of people together and make like one big group, and just see if we could reach out to Choices and interview them. I think that'd just be interesting because like there's all a lot of big, a lot of big figures. So maybe you, Kat, V, maybe Ab Hero, get some of the big figures into just one big group. And because like they're doing. You guys are all doing a great job. You're talking about Choices. You putting the influence out there. You've all got the biggest ideas, putting your opinions out there. It just makes sense that you all group together to, maybe talk to them. Get their insight, and get their opinions and such.
Yeah. That's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Penny for the thought.
Yeah, I just think it'd be amazing. Get a group together. And just see if we can get some interviews going. See if we can keep talk shows going. Obviously, obviously having I've enjoyed doing these with you two. But like Max said earlier, I think we could do with getting a lot more opinions, and that's one thing we love. Getting opinions in.
Oh yeah.
Especially on
I think,
Dreams.
I think that's why I come on as well. This is from personal opinion, personal preference. I mean, granted I don't speak very well. Like I don't have the most popular of opinions, but it's just nice to put my opinions out there.
It's good.
it's good to get your own opinions out there. Yes, some people might disagree, but they might
Yeah,
not.
people might disagree, but as long as as long as you're getting your opinion across, not being like rude or anything, like just being, giving your opinion, not saying, it's like it's not like you're saying people are wrong. You're just giving your own
Yep.
opinion, and
Yep.
I'm glad you joined us. Like, I'm glad we've got you here on Mondays now. Like, it's nice to have another person's perspective. I just think we could do with a few more. But
Yeah.
like I said, maybe reach out people, get some more people in, stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
I just love talking about choices and Dream Zone, as well
Yeah.
as some others. I just love getting people's opinions, and it's just something to
Yeah, it's
something we all
like
have in common.
yeah,
I think,
you
to
have
be honest, the only problem I'd have that with it, if I was able to join into a chat with everybody, the only reason I wouldn't, you might be shocked at this, is because, like, I'm not. It's just talking to him. Do you know what I mean? Like talking about
Yeah, but-
books I've never even played before. Like,
Yeah, it's like you can understand that like being an issue, but it's like with the laws of attraction, I kind of just stay quiet, but I offer in when like certain things I do know, I've seen glimpses of books and stuff, but I don't. But if I don't know it, I won't give my full opinion. I'll give like what I think so far, but I'll read it and then I'll give a full opinion. Because usually when I read it, I'm pleasantly surprised. So far with every book, that's been the same thing. Probably even with Foreign Affairs, if I read that at some point again.
Oh yeah,
But
Foreign
still.
Affairs is a good book. Yeah, just some things, like a good thing. It's a really good day. Just some, moments went wrong. You literally spilled water all over the dinner table, and your cat literally spoiled your food. That's it. But a good day, overall, a good day.
It's like everything and everyone has their flaws. Nothing is perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Just one or two things, but it had a great potential. Laws of attraction. Even I would up the ante, and I would say laws of attraction is like in terms of first book, Nanny Affair is the second book being released this year. But in terms of a first book, this book. Foreign Affairs, it had a huge potential when it started out. It had a huge potential. And it went on good. Just at the end, it sort of had some flaws there.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, laws of attraction, they've kind of gone on what we've been saying in the past chapters. We wanted the murder mystery to come at a decent pace, and it's come. So it's like, it feels like they've kind of been listening, even though not too sure they have, but, but it's been good to hear it.
Yeah, laws of attraction. It every chapter had a good pace, a good eventful. So that was good. Yeah, we're hoping like the murder mystery will be like more inclusive. But finally, it is here, and we know now it's not for just 2 chapters. So what we wanted, like it's for more than 5 or 6 chapters. So that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like going on to like these subjects and stuff. It's interesting to get different opinions and such.
Yeah, I think we've discussed this before, but I think the only problem with us is getting other people on it is some of us are from, is it India, I believe? Sorry if you don't mind me asking.
Time zones, yeah.
Yeah, we're on GMT. Some people are 5 hours in front of us, I believe. Some people who are 10 hours behind us. That's the
only complication.
Yeah.
Time zones are BEA.
Yeah.
It's like for me, like I like working. Working going late is usually okay for me. I can handle early mornings, late nights, stuff like that, which I can adapt.
Yep.
So it's like I can make it work for people. So mostly, I usually just think it can work. Time zones still suck, but in the future, like once I've got things settled, I can definitely do early mornings, late nights. Should be.
Yeah. To be honest, if it means like say me and Brandon have to get up at like 12 o'clock at night or something, albeit 1 o'clock in the morning, I don't care. That's what I love about this community. Like even if we have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to talk to other people about it, I'd do that.
Because it's something you love, it's something you're passionate about, and it's not that bad. It's not.
It's that bad. It's that bad.
For waking up super early, but still, I'd do it.
Yeah,
oh no, but it's just super horrible. Like when you're talking, like I remember I talked with Kat once, like still 2 a.m. or something, or even with like when the group was on. till like 1 a.m. or something, or 1:30, and then it was good while I was talking. But when I went to bed, even that late, I couldn't even sleep because sort of it's horrible after that when you're going to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think with me as well, I need to start putting myself more out there. I think, obviously, I've not been able to because I've been ill. Put myself out there more on Twitter. Like start interacting with a lot more people and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I started doing a while ago. It's been working well for me. I've met a lot of interesting people.
Yep.
I think Instagram, like I still see a lot of choices stuff on Instagram. Twitter's like the group chats I was in have kind of fallen down a bit, but I'm still with them. I'm still happy with them. I've met a lot of amazing friends, a lot of amazing people.
Mm.
Like I've got
Me
choices
as
to
well,
thank for
to
a
be
lot of
honest.
stuff.
This might sound a bit far fetched, but in the late future, say it'd be mint if we could if we obviously we talk to people and that have a meetup somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously we can't now. Obviously, not at the moment we all the pandemic going on, but do you know what I mean? Like a meetup or something. I'd literally
Or arrange like a studio.
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, I'd be up for that. If it cost me thousands of pounds, I'd go and travel wherever it was because this community, I know I've been
Yo, yeah,
critical of it, but
yeah, like a get
people I've
together.
met.
That would be super awesome. A get together, like by a beach or something.
Yep. Honestly, bro, like I was saying, like the people I've met, it's amazing how many amazing people you can meet just by literally talking about pixelated characters. You just
Just one thing in common, one thing that you guys have in common can lead to anything really.
so much things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
God, that got a bit deep. Huh?
Yeah, but still, I think a studio idea in the future would be pretty good. Like maybe do it like the talk shows and stuff. Like just get setting up a studio somewhere.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty good.
Oh yeah.
some of the Real Housewives and some of with debates
God.
going on. Jesus Christ.
No, except we'd actually have a table, and it wouldn't be just people mourning. It'd be people enjoying and talking about what they love.
Yeah.
Mm.
I just can't stand Housewives. Sometimes it's just the drama that goes on. It just seems they always talk about the negatives, not the positives.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
mean.
like-
But yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Mm.
Yeah, just putting yourself out there is really good. Like just putting yourself out there, be seen, be noticed. Like I started doing it recently. Granted, not that big, but just do what you can. You hope you can sing.
Like,
Yeah.
To be honest, like you said, we were talking about the YouTube guy earlier. Literally, I forgot now.
I'm
We're
here.
talking- Yeah. Like, that's the thing. I'd be like him. I won't care about the views. If I like doing it, I like doing it. Why should you?
Yeah.
Like, even if you've got 10 followers or 10 bloody subscribers that are out, if I like putting it out there, I like putting it out there. If people watch it, people watch it. If they don't, then so be it. But I'm not being told to stop something I love doing. Nothing can stop.
I think I feel the same. Like my choices streams, they aren't as big. Like the first one was a really good big one. Like they aren't as big now, but that's only mainly due to time zones. But still, like I have Kat, I have Eric, I have a few people who are able to drop by and stay.
Yeah.
But it's like some people just it's low viewership, but that doesn't matter. I love recording them and I love streaming them. I'm definitely gonna be posting the VODs on YouTube at some point,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
especially Very Scans Proposal.
Yeah, if you put it out on YouTube, that would be a blast.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
be. I'm working on it at the moment. I'm going to be posting my choices streams, but also Rainbow Six casts and my games that I've played. Granted, they're not the best,
Yeah.
but still.
I think as well what we could have done. I don't know if anybody does it, but obviously we've all know each other. But we could do a game. Do you know what I mean? Like a game, but not choices. Do you know what I mean?
Like a game night and stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. That
Definitely. Yeah, like there's plenty of party games,
Like
there's
Among
all
Us.
sorts. Among Us, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh God, no! I've never even played that in my life. I'd be dreadful.
It's really good. It is actually good. Trust me, you get used to it. It's really fun though.
Yeah, I haven't played any game in my life. I mean, shooting game, any game, FIFA, I have not played because I can't play a game for more than 4 days except choices and this kind of games. But for Among Us, I mean, I've got emotionally attached to it. I mean, Woken and those kind of YouTube channels have become my wow.
It brings something different. Like, granted, it's kind of gone down a bit, but like during the pandemic, it was a small game made by a small company, and randomly it just blew up by some YouTubers wanting to play it, and it grew. It grew. You just grow something and grow.
Yeah, if you ever want to play Among Us, just tell me. in a group while being in an audio call playing Among Us is just
Mm.
the best thing I can like.
Yeah, so we all just like we get a full
Yeah.
group, we jump in, but we all of our usernames, like, 'cause you can change usernames even though they've added a new system, give or take. Like we all just change our names to like choices, characters, or allies, like our favorite MCs and stuff.
Yeah, favorite allies. Yeah.
Oh
I
god,
think
that'd
we
be
should
fun.
talk about more of this in a chat or something because do you know what? I don't even want to make me think about that, to be honest. I mean, with Among Us as well, literally you can get it on your phone as well, so
Mm.
it's like everybody would have access to it, getting a call or something, and then see where it goes. Like, you know,
Yeah, it's more fun on like PC and such, and it is coming to console real soon as well. So it's going to be a lot more diverse. It's on the Switch as well, so like it's so diverse. Yeah,
getting it
as long as you've got.
cross-platform, if I'm correct.
Sorry.
Is it cross-platform, if I'm correct? Sorry.
Yeah, all cross-platform.
Yeah,
As long as you have a game code, you just jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
just
can
all and then.
you can
It'd
use the
probably bring out a different side in us.
Mm.
A side, yeah, which is
I tend to be very
well
talkative
now
side.
now you got me hyped up. Like in the second week of August, like if you like or there if you ever want to do it like with a big group, like six, I think you can now have like 50 up to 15 people.
15, yeah, 15 people
Yeah,
now.
if you can get some folks on board, like bring me involved. So you got me on board. We can definitely, that we can take some time with some folks, and then we can definitely. It would be just a blast.
yeah.
Definitely, like just like Hey, I've
That's
seen
like
developers and stuff. Like there was once I remember, unrelated, and I usually don't talk about stuff, but there was a politician who did a game of Among Us with a bunch of YouTubers to spread awareness and stuff and charity and stuff. And it was a bit weird, but it was interesting. Imagine we do an Among Us night with a bunch of like PIXELBERRY developers, or we arrange for some PIXELBERRY developers to play some Among Us amongst each other. And we just I think it's just like see them in a different perspective, because like we see them just as writers, but it would be good to see them, like we see them as themselves, playing some Among Us, like just having some fun, be more themselves. Like they're not just so they don't have to just feel committed to being the writers. Like some of them, like they just need to like live themselves. We all see the best sides and all sides of them, not just as writers. Like I would love to see what kind of people they are. I'm sure off the bat they're amazing people. I would just love to get to know them.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think that would happen with us as well, because we see a different side in each other. Like now, I'd probably be called the Mona, which I moan about a lot, but
you can be the Mona Lisa or the Mona Maka.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's my Among Us name if we play.
The Mona
But no,
Maka.
I promise you right now, you can quote me on that. That is my Among Us name if we ever play.
Oh yeah.
Mona
Sure.
Maka.
I can't wait to have you guys on board for Among Us. It's my dream. Like, wow, that would be super fun.
Plus, we can get all sorts of people. We can get Kat, although she'd be the sussest person we have ever. Obviously, don't tell us that.
Oh yeah, I kill well, man. I do kill well.
Yeah, I'm a pretty sneaky imposter myself.
Oh,
Like,
but
there's loads of people.
yeah,
I'd be the
yeah.
noob though because I've never played in my life.
Oh,
It's pretty simple.
I mean, after this, I'm gonna put a poll or something. I freaking lost my, Twitter ID. I'm gonna find it back and log into Twitter, and then I'm gonna put a poll up like if anybody wants to play some Among Us. So that would be super fun. I mean, I'll be asking Kat and some other. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I think I'll do the same. Like, I'll just reach out to everyone on both communities. Like, hey, we're all Choices family. Let's all get to know each other.
Yeah.
Have some fun, play some games. Let's talk. We don't just have to talk Choices. We can do all sorts. I mean, there's all sorts of party games. There's the Jackbox party games. They offer really interesting games. They're really fun.
Yeah, but we can start with Among Us. That's just fun.
Yeah, that's an easy one to start with, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's all for today. I mean, I don't have much. Do you have anything you want to end up with? I mean, and anything you have to add just to end this?
Nothing much other than I can't wait for Devil's Deal, and I hope that we can hopefully act and talk more about all these things we've spoken about in the last few minutes. About coming together and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. Looking forward to that. All right, so It's been a lovely 1 hour 38 minutes plus 1 hour before that, and thanks for the nice time. And have a good evening, good day, depending on whatever time zones you're on. You're both, GMT, I think, in the Great Minutes time zone. So have a nice
Yep.
evening.
Yeah, you too,
Alright.
man. Hope to see the video up real soon, and we can get some. Can start getting some opinions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure, and have fun. Bye.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay safe. Stay safe. Bye.